the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias Podcast with Lydell Dinero and Hugo Twilight.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and it's time for another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast. You know what it is. What's today? It don't matter what today is, but it's episode like 80 something. We almost to episode 100. I know we're gonna do something super special for episode 100. I really do hope so. But who we got in the building today?
Hey, it's me.
Hey, it's you.
I'm back.
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Like a cool 2 months or so, right?
Yeah. Yep. It's
Right,
been a
longer than
minute.
that.
Has it been longer than that?
Probably.
Yeah, I've been slacking on watching the Marvel shit too. I haven't even been able to keep up with y'all.
But yeah, man.
But yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back. We like 6 episodes deep now. We've been putting in that work. But you know, it's time to review the newest episode. We got AKA in the building, of course. He wasn't on the last episode. We had a new guest in the building last episode. Y'all saw Kevin on the last one. You know, we chopped it up about some sports, NFL Week 1. If y'all ain't listened to that yet, go check that out. Best of Bias listeners, you know what I mean. But we in the building today talking some What If. We back with the What If reviews. Episode 6, right? What if Killmonger saved Tony Stark? So this is going to be interessante. Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was an interesting episode. We're going to get into all of that. You know, so AKA, let's go ahead and get into it with the overview like we always do. Go ahead and get into it.
Shit, yeah. It started off, you know, just how that first Iron Man started off out in the desert, and then out of nowhere, Killmonger comes and starts blowing shit.
What episode? What?
Hard
what?
ball.
Okay.
He started blowing.
He started blowing.
He was smoking niggas, and then he saved. And the show progressed hella quick, but you know he became somewhat like the new Rhodey, even though they still had Rhodey in it. But yeah, you know Tony Stark. They made Tony Stark. I mean, I remember him being like a weird ass playboy, but they made him way more of like a just kind of idiotic genius at the time. But you know, it pretty much bypassed that whole what's it called again? What's the damn dude's name again? The first enemy. What's his name?
Damn, I can't even remember.
The fucking big ass, huh? The first enemy on Iron Man, the one who was like his mentor that ended up turning on him. It kind of like bypassed that because Killmonger pretty much, you know, stitched on immediately.
Yeah. He had a black ass white name. He did. like Mateus or some. Hold on. I'll get it for you real quick. Hold on.
General,
keep going.
Yeah.
But after that, Tony Stark took a liking to Killmonger, and like I kind of knew what was going on because if you know what Killmonger's whole like MO was, which obviously if you've seen Black Panther, it was going to turn out the way it was going to turn out. Like he basically doesn't like white people. So how the fuck is he gonna like Tony Stark? You know?
Yeah.
So I knew you could tell what was gonna happen, but I was just waiting for it to happen. And then, you know, you kind of hoped that, you know, maybe he wouldn't have went that route, but it was kind of obvious he was gonna go that route, and he did. And I like the fact that they threw in some fucking Gundam type shit inside the
fucking vibranium Gundams.
Yeah. You sound like anime.
I mean, it wasn't vibranium. It wasn't It wasn't vibranium because he was able to fuck them things up. But I mean, they had like vibranium power sources. But yeah, so pretty much he just used that to win over the Wakandans, and you know, it was actually a pretty straightforward episode. It wasn't like too much into it. It was just him doing that to win them over. But then, you know, Black Panther's little sister seeing the truth of what he did, but he was fucking shit up nonetheless. He was definitely fucking shit up. I like the way he did his little Took out. He took out. What's his name? Black Panther and
T'Challa.
Rhodey. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took out T'Challa and Rhodey at the same time. That shit looked painful, but
Yeah. What the fuck happened to him? I don't know what the fuck.
Well, it's the same shit that they used on Tony in the first one, right?
Yeah,
Like, the guy that was his nemesis.
Yeah, that ear thing.
That's the gun that he used him. Yeah.
Yeah, the sound gun or whatever. But I mean, it was cool. It had some decent fight scenes, and I like the fact that it showed T'Challa's mother actually in battle and let you see that she was like, originally one of those Terralanje. I can't remember how.
Dora Milaje.
Dora Milaje.
Yeah. She was the general.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see Angela Bassett because I feel like she can still do it. She still got biceps and shit. So,
Yeah, bro.
I'm sure she can still get down with it. But yeah, I mean, it was overall in all, it was a good episode. It wasn't like my top episode, but it was up there definitely. I still like zombies more.
For sure.
Do you like the zombie ones?
The zombie one was clean, my nigga. How do you not like that?
I don't know. I feel like it took a couple of turns that I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like when Vision just like, oh, take the fucking stone. Like, dog, just come. Like,
but now he had to. Vision was doing some fucked up shit. He cut off T'Challa's leg and arm, was feeding to that crazy bitch. And nigga killed her. He had to redeem himself somehow. So off yourself. He self-deleted.
I mean, I like all of them, honestly. But I'm kind of partial to Killmonger anyway. Like, he's one of my favorite villains. Like
MCU
of the whole, the MCU.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, no offense to my white people, Jason, love you. I'd have probably sided with that nigga. I'd have been like, yeah, it's a good idea. We ain't gotta kill them all, but we gotta take control. I mean, I'm doing
I still feel like he did a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was doing hella shit.
Yeah, just for like the ultimate goal that actually hadn't ended up happening. I think he got those robots built just so he can fuck all of them up. Just to show that he's loyal to take over, it was like a lot of work for nothing in my eyes. I'm like, God damn, nigga, we watched you do this the whole episode, and you're just gonna destroy all the robots.
Yeah, in all reality, I mean, he could have just went inside of there and like, hey, look at my lip, I'm one of y'all, I'm Whoopty Whoop son. Worked his way in. It took a little longer, but he could have worked his way in. Got in good with him, and then did all that shit. Went to maybe like act like he went to a battle with T'Challa, killed his ass in the middle of the battle, came back like, yeah, nigga died. Now I'm the new Black Panther. I'm sorry, I love y'all. And then off that, the nigga could go ahead and
because
his little scheme.
That's just gonna be hella awkward on the astral plane, ain't it? Like, hey man, you remember that time that you fucking killed me? Like, everybody here knows that.
I thought that's what was going to happen for sure. Yeah,
it did happen. They had that little.
Well, yeah, but like all the rest of them are there too.
Yeah.
So is T'Challa just hanging out in the tree like, hey, that's the nigga that killed me. Don't help him.
Don't give him no advice. I feel that.
But I mean, at the same time, his pops killed his dad, so.
True.
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I guess it'd be like that sometimes.
That full circle, right? That a circle of life. Mufasa said it best. You know what I'm saying? His brother killed him. God damn. We've been learning some weird ass lessons in these Disney shows and movies. But yeah, so what do you guys feel about it not really changing much in the storyline? Like, it still kind of turned out the same. He still ended up being bad. I thought he was ended up like at least going to be a good guy in this one. I thought the twist was going to be like, what if he became good and actually wasn't a fuck up? And well, it's still kind of hard to see him as a bad guy because his motives are actually pretty,
everybody's
good.
motives they do that anime shit now on everything. Even fucking Thanos' motives were good. It was like, oh, I'm trying to make sure that everybody lives like a happy life and don't have to, worry about resources running out. So I'm gonna kill half the universe. His motives are good. His way of doing it was fucked up. So that's that whole anime. Go ahead.
You gotta have a complex character, like a complex villain. That's how you got. That's good storytelling, honestly. That's what it is.
I mean, anime does that shit on every fucking every show. Like Naruto, almost every single villain was good deep down. It was like, I get tired of that shit. I just want some evil motherfuckers just evil for no reason and just fuck shit up.
Yeah. Every once in a while, just just pure
Like I was
evil.
watching. You ever watch that Darwin's Game on Netflix? That one about like it's an anime about motherfuckers in a video game. Like they're kind of in a video game, but it's like they killing other people, and basically like you get money if you survive and you get some power. But they had one dude in there on the show who was a villain, and he just killed people because he wanted to kill people. He had no like when they got to the last level, I was waiting for them to have like a sob story like, oh, he was this and that. Like everybody else in the show had that, but no, that nigga just killed people.
Yeah.
He just killed motherfuckers.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was interesting to me. I just felt like they did all this time building these robots that are supposed to destroy everything, but right when they got into Wakanda, they were able to take out the robots easily with humans. Like they couldn't even shoot the regular people. Like, what kind of robots are these? You know what I'm saying? You did all this bullshit.
They didn't battle test them.
Yeah, like what the fuck? They're killing them with spears. They're fucking.
I mean, they're Wakandan spears made out of fucking
true,
vibranium.
But the robots are supposed to be made out of vibranium as well.
No,
so.
Well, it was like a vibranium alloy.
Really?
The power core was vibranium. Remember, the actual robot wasn't vibranium.
He got what's the dude's name? Claw, something Claw.
Yeah.
He got his stash of vibranium. He said that the machines were a vibranium alloy, so it's not as strong as vibranium, but it's a mix.
I feel that.
Yeah. Well, wasn't Captain America's shield like a mix too?
No, it was like full vibranium.
Oh, I thought it was like a mix of like adamantium and vibranium.
Or actually, it might have been adamantium and vibranium. But I don't think they mentioned that. I don't think they mentioned that in the MCU.
I had to get that in. I don't know. I'm sorry, but yeah, I was confused. I was confused at what they were going for, especially the twist at the end of him actually succeeding and becoming the Black Panther. At least in this version, they didn't fucking burn the fields and shit of all the the herb that turns him into the Black Panther. So at least Shuri still has a chance of becoming the Black Panther if she wants to as well.
Although, why did they make the cartoon one look so different from the live action one?
What do you mean?
She's like a little ass kid in this one, and in the live action one, she looks young. I mean, she doesn't like
in the live action one, she's supposed to be like 16 or something like that, right?
Yeah, she's supposed to be young, but she looks like super young. But I don't know. It's supposed to be alternate universe because the dad's supposed to have died as well before T'Challa became the Black Panther, and this one he just passed it down to him.
Well, because technically this started off way back before Civil War ever happened, so he wouldn't have got killed yet.
Yeah, that's why she looks younger too. It's like hella years before that.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, smart. I think with hella smart.
Yeah, smartest person in the MCU.
With Killmonger's plans with the mechs and shit, I feel like it's just. I mean, he was an American soldier, right? He learned that shit. That's American tactics right there. You play both sides, you can't lose.
Yeah.
Hella shit.
Sell the weapons, make the weapons, and kill them.
Yeah.
And he killed so many people. He killed so many people, though, on the way to, like, who did he smoke? Oh, he smoked the Claw guy, huh? When he thought he was like...
Claw guy, Rhodes, T'Challa.
T'Challa, he fucking Tony Stark. What's his name in them live though? Pepper and Happy lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed damn near 3 Avengers?
Huh?
He killed 3 Avengers before they can even become Avengers?
Yeah. So it's hard to actually like feel sorry for him when you actually take his side actually just murking people. It's like, goddamn. Like stun him or something, lock him up.
Why do they keep leaving these shows well, yeah, a couple of them like open ended. I noticed that like they leave them where like they're not finished. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's because they're supposed to tell like the beginning of that story. Like we've gotten the rest of the story for like the actual MCU and not the alternates. So we're getting like the beginning parts of like what if Killmonger jumped in, saved everybody, and then it would go from there. Like.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we got the beginning, but we really don't have the rest of it because the rest of it is completely different. Because in the live action ones, Tony Stark is still alive and all that shit. But in this one, it looks like Black Panther's little sister is meeting with Pepper to basically explain that she knows everything, and then it just ends there. And then with the zombie one, it ended with zombie Thanos somehow getting the extra ring, the extra fucking stone. I don't know how he got that stone, but apparently he went and got that shit and was ready to fuck shit up as a zombie. What would he do there as a zombie? Like, how would he kill half?
What would his motives be as a zombie with the last Infinity Stone?
Yeah, well, his snap would be to just bring everybody here for him to eat because he's a zombie. So,
and maybe fucking if zombies had their choice, they would eat a regular fucking cheeseburger or something. Maybe they don't need to eat people. He snaps his finger, 1,000,000 cheeseburgers, and a bunch of cheeseburgers come down, and you never have to eat a human again. Because, and actually, in the comics, they weren't actually zombies. They just had an insatiable appetite for flesh. You know what I mean? So they actually had their mental capacity and stuff. They just fucking always wanted to eat human flesh. You know what I mean? So they weren't hella stupid. So maybe he did have his plan still in order. He just wanted to eat hella people on the way.
They wasn't stupid now either. They was fucking doing like strategic fighting.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was like they spoke that shit out beforehand. Like, all right, nigga, you gonna like teleport me here? I'm gonna pop this nigga's head off, and then I'm gonna eat that nigga, right? I'm gonna say something for you. You get something too later on, but
it's wild.
I thought was hella dumb in that was what is it, Wasp? And she flew inside the zombie's mouth. I was like, that's the one place you don't want to be. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Everything about that whole end part was dumb with her.
Yeah, and then I was like, when she went down as a giant, I was like, she's just gonna come back as a giant. Like, that's fucked up.
Shoot her in the head. Shoot her in the head. Oh, shit.
Yeah, should have just popped her ass in the head.
I do like Ant-Man as a head. He's a dope character.
It was too much comedy though. He was like having too many punchlines and like fucked up situations.
Yeah.
I know he was compensating, but still, like,
maybe the fucking cape will give him superpowers to make his body actually work. He can grow another body or something. You never know what that cape can do.
Or what Vision should have did. Vision should have just said, "Here, you just cut his head off and give him his body." Like, here.
Oh, that'd be dope as fuck, actually. that'd be actually.
Yeah, your whole body can move through walls, not your head, but the rest of your body can. So you'd be good.
Just get that reality stone, and everybody think you walking around with a regular ass body.
Why the fuck was Bucky shooting at Wanda? Like, she's already like as a regular ass witch. What are bullets gonna do? Now she's a zombie too. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I know, but back then she wasn't technically as OP as she is now. Like, if you think about it, back in Endgame, she was not like. Oh no, she was. I take that back.
Yeah, she started to become, for sure.
She wasn't like Scarlet Witch as she was at the end of that show, but she was pretty powerful stuff.
She didn't know as many spells. Her favorite move was to throw cars at people. Here's a car. You have a car. You have a car. She was just Oprah.
if I could throw cars, niggas, you know how dope traffic would be? Fuck out the way.
Traffic would actually be real fucked up. Like, it'd be good for a couple of seconds, but then you're like, all the other 5 lanes are shut down because it's like 4 SUVs turned over here. So
it'd be good for me though. Everybody else's traffic would be fucked up. My traffic would be fucking perfect.
Question though, is Wanda's like reality warping as crazy as Doctor Strange and the Ancient Ones was? You know what I'm saying? Could she do shit like that?
I mean, in the comics she can. I don't know about in real life, but I mean, on the MCU real life, that shit in real life, that'd be crazy. But that'd be dope if niggas had that kind of power. But no, in the MCU, I don't know how they would have to explain her power, like how in depth they go. But in the comic, she can, like, not only is it like reality warping, she can literally like alter reality altogether
and just leave that shit there.
Yeah.
Which would alternatively make the whole timeline change, but she's a Nexus being, so nothing would change about her. She'll be the same.
Yeah, House of M, remember that shit?
Yeah, that's nuts.
The comic where like she did that shit, and then Wolverine was the only person that knew what was up because his brain wasn't able to comprehend the change, and he still remembered all the old shit. So pretty much the whole show was him going through trying to convince motherfuckers that the whole comic was him trying to convince motherfuckers that this reality ain't real. Yeah, yeah.
I feel it. Yeah, and actually, I think in the end of this series, just to answer your question about why they're kind of coming to these spots where nothing's really happening after, and it comes to like a unconcluded episode, and it's like a what is it? What do
Like
they call
cliffhanger.
it? A cliffhanger. Yeah, it's always
Mm.
like a cliffhanger because I think at the end they're gonna put together the Guardians of the Universe or the multiverse. I think they're calling it.
Mm.
There's going to be a team that they put together to try to solve all these things, and I think they'll be solved by the end of the series.
They're gonna
Um,
bring the Guardian. They're gonna bring the Guardians of the Globe, and they're gonna bring Omni Man.
they, I, if you look at the poster for the TV show, I think it shows you all the people. I think you're still going to get the Gamora, the daughter of Thanos. I think we're still getting Party Thor in one of these next episodes, which is like, what if Thor got sent to Earth but still was worthy or some shit like that. So he became Party Thor and shit like that. So I think all these unconcluded episodes are going to end with these people teaming up at the end or fighting each other at the end. One of the two, because Killmonger obviously is going to end up a bad guy. Doctor Strange ended up in a weird ass situation. I don't know if he's a bad guy or he's just fucking confused in that little diamond. And I'm pretty sure Gamora is going to come in as a bad guy as well. As if she turned out to be what Thanos wanted her to be, rather than somebody that hates Thanos. So I think
I
it's
like
gonna be
to see that. I like to see that because truthfully, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, they make all those characters like really dumbed down from what they're supposed to be in the comic. And Gamora is supposed to be epic as fuck. Drax is supposed to be epic as fuck as far as like power wise. And Star Lord is just a nigga. He's like the Tony Stark of the. He's like the Batman of the group, I guess.
Have we actually been
Without the
able to
money.
experience anybody's powers on anybody except for Thanos? You know what I mean? Like
What do you
that's what
mean?
we're. You're saying that these people from Guardians of the Galaxy got dumbed down and their powers look like they're kind of like weaker than they really are in the comics. But if you think
Yeah.
about it, who have all these characters really fought for them to show their true power besides Thanos? And Thanos was the person that showed that you're not as strong as Thanos. You know what I mean? They haven't really fought somebody that's strong.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like with them fighting against other people who aren't as strong as him, they should have. It should be cake. But
Right.
like they be having Drax do little stupid ass fucking choppy moves with the knives and shit, and it's like, I mean,
But I feel like they always destroy in Guardians of the Galaxy. They always get out of every situation, and they
they
always
do.
overpower whatever they're going against. Still,
They
even though
do.
their powers are dumbed down.
The only person that they kind of didn't dumb down his powers that much was Groot, but then they just made him into a fucking little sapling or where the fuck he is to
Yeah,
make him weaker. But in the first episode, you've seen that okay, Groot is strong as fuck, but it's like I don't know. To me, they're not showing them like it. They look like they're just like really skilled humans as far as their fighting ability. They're not like showing the real skill, I guess, to me. Or power or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, Rocket Raccoon is Rocket Raccoon. He's doing his thing, but that's all he can do anyways. But as far as them just all as a whole, none of them seem like super like just like Gamora, for example, was actually created to kill like one of the strongest fucking beings. She was raised to kill one of the strongest beings in the in Marvel universe. Was it Adam Warlock or something like that? Or I think right. She's supposed to kill, right? And that motherfucker's strong as shit. So if she was like raised to fight against somebody who's like damn near Superman level, she ain't nowhere near. He would like in the MCU, he would just pop her ass like a pimple. Like,
but where have you seen Gamora down bad? Who has she lost to make you feel that way? I already assumed that she's OP and hella strong. Am I wrong, Sean?
Just that is like no, but they like when they're having that fight scene at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, they're like having a hard time with this thing, but I don't feel like they should have had that hard time with it. And then Groot wasn't dancing around doing the moonwalk and shit. Yeah, and Groot was just like a little baby, so he could have did shit. But if he was a full grown fucking Groot, he would have killed that shit off quick. But they were sitting there having a little bit of trouble with. They ended up winning, but it was like in all reality, something like that could have been something she could have killed herself easily.
Yeah.
Or Drax.
Yeah.
I feel like they haven't faced off against like any like one big character. Like every other MCU movie has a main villain that's like the strongest one, but the Guardians of the Galaxy are usually fighting like groups of shit. Like they fought the Nova Corps. That's usually supposed to be like Nova. He would be a dude, right? But it was like an entire army or some shit.
Because that's before he ever got created. Because he's supposed to be all the Nova Corps got killed except for him, so he took all their power into himself, which makes him like the only one left, which is why he's hella strong. They should have made that nigga. I don't know. That would have been dope as fuck.
Yeah, but they always end up just fighting like groups of shit.
But even when they fought against Ronin, like it was just like
they fucking finished it with a dance off.
Yeah, it was stupid as fuck, but it's like
I felt like that was the dumbest shit in any of the movies.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like they should have been able to compete with Ronin a little better than they were. He was kind of OP compared to them fight wise. So,
and in my opinion, it's kind of hard because in Guardians of the Galaxy and all this galactic stuff, it's really easy for them to get captured while they're in space. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is surround their ship with a bigger ship. They're captured. It's not like a point where they're like on Earth you have to fight or else you're gonna die type shit or else you're gonna go to jail type shit. It's always a situation where they get captured in space, get pulled in by a hollow carrier of a bigger ship. Somebody captures them, has a bigger army. It's like they always get out of those situations. It's never a one-on-one fight. That monster you said that you were talking about, to me it was weird anyways because the shit that it was shooting out of his mouth, I think it hit him like 7 times and it didn't even affect him really. Looked like some cosmic energy that should have fucking radiated their ass, but it didn't even affect them really. I think it was all like comedy.
But I mean, they were still, but they've still been able to like portray other characters' powers. Like they portrayed Thor's. I know he has a couple movies. They portrayed his in all those movies. They portrayed the Hulk's clearly. Thor
for sure in his movies, he fucking destroyed everything he fought against easily.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the Hulk has kind of been MIA lately.
Spider-Man, they've showed his in the few that he was in. I mean, even like the first little scene in Civil War, they showed Spider-Man's powers. Like,
but you're also talking about people that have solo movies in these Guardians of the Galaxy. No,
but I'm saying they showed Spider-Man before he ever had a solo movie. They showed him when he was only in a little part of Civil War. They showed how strong he was. Potentially, I mean, he's catching the metal hand of fucking super soldier with one hand and like talking to him in the process. Like, like basically showing he's stronger than that. And that was just like a couple scenes they showed that. They haven't shown any kind of real strength from Drax or anybody. Like they haven't shown. They could easily just show Drax pick something fucking heavy as shit up and throw it at somebody. They haven't shown that at all. Like he gets stuck inside of something after he gets swallowed, and he's just fucking stabbing it with a knife. That's all he's doing.
But also, like when he's fighting other aliens, he's like, "Oh, you know what we call these people on our planet? Paper people." And he's just ripping people apart, ripping them in half. He's actually like when he does have fighting scenes, he's actually super OP. He kills everything. It just seems like when he does try to go after the big characters, Ronin one-pieced his ass, just threw him in some weird shit. And then and the monster, he does end up killing it from going inside of it. I think, or was it Gamora that goes inside? Or just
he comes out of it, but I think they blow that shit up. I don't think it was him. I think he was just stabbing.
Oh, no. Yeah. He gets swallowed, and then Gamora goes with the sword and slides down the belly and cuts the shit open or whatever. And then he slides out.
It's like a comedy scene.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy is just comedy.
That's what it is. It is.
Like all of the Marvel movies have some jokes and shit and like little one-liners, but the Guardians of the Galaxy, like it seems like the main focus is comedy.
I feel like they like try and keep the OP characters down and play so for the comedy, kind of like they did in that Suicide Squad movie, the new one. Like
I haven't even watched.
They pretty much took the whole like angle of Guardians of the Galaxy, just trying to like focus more on comedy. And they because they had some OP ass characters in that fucking movie,
right?
That they did not use, and they didn't utilize them at all. Like that nigga with the polka dots, he could have been just in game. Come in, this nigga disintegrates everybody. We get the fuck out. It's over. It's all he got to do. But instead, they let this nigga go and use his power close range, and it was a wrap. So. That nigga could have sniped motherfuckers and just disintegrated shit. I don't know.
Burned down the whole forest while they were in it. Yeah, a lot of shit.
Don't get me wrong. I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I like the whole fucking the comedy aspect is good. I just
Mhm.
I just want to see those characters, just even if like it's for a couple scenes, really show like that they got some skills, but they just don't take shit serious. Because Drax would make sense because he don't take shit serious.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's
Before,
honestly the highlight of those movies.
He
yeah,
is.
he'd be hella funny. He'd be hella funny sometimes, bro. But before we get too far off the episode, before we have to go to a commercial break here in about a couple of minutes, so let's see just how you rate this episode, how you like it, final thoughts on the episode, what you felt about it, and just put it in order. Not really order. Where do you rank it amongst the episodes so far that you have seen? Just real quick here. Anyone can start first.
I'm going
Here, you go first. Go ahead.
for like I said, I'm a big fan of Killmonger, honestly. So just seeing, like, even if he loses, I'm like, he's like a compelling character. You kind of want him to win because he's got a couple of good like reasons, but also you're like, man, it's kind of fucked up. You should probably stop killing people.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. As far as it goes with the rest of the episodes, I think it's one of my favorite ones. I think my favorite has to be the Doctor Strange one so far. Then Killmonger. I didn't like the zombies one that much. I felt like
That's my favorite one.
they made a few like bad decisions. But yeah, I think it's top two. Top two.
So, what about you, AKA?
I think I still like the Doctor Strange one more. So I still put zombies, then Doctor Strange, then that one. Then oh no, I take that back. I keep forgetting about the fucking T'Challa one. Even though T'Challa one was like pure pandering, I still liked it.
I like T'Challa. That might be my favorite one.
I think the T'Challa one was my second favorite one. I think it's zombies, T'Challa, Doctor Strange, then this Killmonger one, and what was it before that again? Something else before that.
Before what?
The Carter one is the bottom one for me. It's still I liked it a lot, but it was still like.
And there's one where we lost the world's mightiest heroes, and somebody was killing them.
Actually, that one was a hella good one.
That was a good one. Yeah, that was actually a good one. I like that one too, but I still think that it's not above the other ones. But it was all of them are good though. For the most part, I like all of them. So, but if I want to go in order, I would still put zombies above this one. So I probably put this one at like number 3 for me, 3 or 4.
I feel that. For me, let's see. I like this one. I just didn't really like how it ended up. The results being, I wanted him to be a good guy so bad. I thought he was gonna become Iron Man at first. I thought he was actually gonna put on the suit. That would have been sick as fuck. And I thought he was gonna be become maybe Roddy and be like him get a machine. I don't know what was gonna happen really, but I didn't think he was just gonna ultimately just try to fulfill the same plan of trying to hold down the oppressors and weaponize vibranium against the United States pretty much while becoming the Black Panther. I'll put this maybe I would say second favorite, right behind the T'Challa. The more I think about it, not only did I like the idea of the T'Challa Star-Lord, I liked all the cameos and the Easter eggs. And all the possibilities that can come from that episode. I thought it was really cool.
I mean, it's still fucked up that nigga's a better Star-Lord than Star-Lord.
I feel
not even like a little bit. This nigga's like a way better Star-Lord.
Yeah, he changed the universe.
Yeah.
Thanos didn't want to murk everybody in the universe. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot of shit that went down in the episode I liked a lot. Not only was Chadwick Boseman, but it's just, I like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot, especially the first one.
Why was a good guy Thanos getting his ass whooped though?
He was getting worked.
This nigga went toe to toe with the Hulk. Not only did he go toe, but he like dominated the Hulk. And they said that wasn't because the Hulk was like, because they say he didn't use a stone. That's what the director said. They said he was just that much more powerful than the Hulk, which doesn't make really any sense considering the fact. But the madder the Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. So at that moment, he probably wasn't that mad.
He's like, what the fuck? I ain't trying to fight you, just whoop my ass.
Yeah. But I mean, still, just the fact that he went toe to toe and defeated the Hulk, like he should have had. I don't know how strong that one dude is. I forgot his name. The one with the one. What was his name again? He got his hand cut off in in Infinity Wars. The fucking the dude from the Black Order, the big ass nigga that he was fighting against.
Something Obsidian.
Yeah, that dude. I don't know how strong that dude is. I don't know what scale level. Because they never they showed that he's strong. He's obviously strong as fuck, but they never you never got to see him go toe to toe with the Hulk, so you don't really know how to scale his strength. But I mean, he died pretty fucking easy in Endgame when he got squished by Ant-Man. So I'm assuming he can't be too fucking strong. I can't see the Hulk getting squished by Ant-Man and just dying. He fell from I don't know how many fucking miles up in the sky and landed and it was fine. So I don't know, but yeah, I would figure that Thanos would have held his own a little better. But apparently, like most comics and most movies you see, whenever somebody is good, they're a lot weaker than when they're
the motives.
Yeah, it makes you weaker.
He was strengthened by his motives to destroy people. So now he just wants to be a good guy. I mean, I feel it. But yeah, all in all,
he still talked about it.
Yeah, he still talked about it a lot. And I feel like he still want to do that shit. So you better watch him for the rest of the season. He might turn around and you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, have you guys seen the trailer for Hawkeye?
Yeah,
you guys saw it? Yeah. You haven't seen it? We can talk about that a little bit after this commercial break here. We can put a bow on this episode of What If. It was great. Keep pumping out the hits. I think there's gonna be like 9 episodes of What If. So we have a couple more. Also, actually, I'll mention that when we get there. But for now, we'll be right back. It's the Best of Bias podcast. Are you sticking around, AKA, for some more banter here?
What's that?
Are you sticking around, or you have to go?
What time is it? I don't know.
It is 8:13.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go. Get ready.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I will send you a link, Dsean. We can get into some of this fantasy real quick. And AKA, if you want to join the link, we can talk about the trailer real quick, and then you can go. Either way,
okay, we can do that.
Either way, it's the Best of Bias podcast. We'll be right back with some more hits, some more laughs, and some more bias. Duh. All right.
You moving too slow, pick it up, do it fast. Them heathens is coming, they right on your ass. As hot as the desert, that eagle of blast. They ain't for shit, but intentions is bad. This shit getting crazy, you better think quick. You praying to God, it's the life that you pick. Your pride is the devil, you live like a rebel. You carry that metal, but die by the stick. This is it, ain't no more second chance. Will you make it? Let's see, that depends. Either die or get thrown in the pen. As the cycle continues to spin, we hope that it ends. Don't see many nearer. You niggas was brainwashed and shoot at the mirror. You live life in terror, but feel it's the norm. Don't try to get out, you just weather the storm. Just don't feel entitled. My survivals, all that matters when it's said and done. Cutthroats, homicidal, on the Bible. It ain't over till the war is won.
And we back. It's your boy Lydell Dinero. We got Dsean in the building. We got AKA in the building. We're going to talk a little bit more about some Marvel news. We got the official trailer for the Hawkeye series. What was the date on that? One more time, Dsean.
November 24th.
Coming at you November 24th, 2021 to Disney Plus. If you ain't got it now, get that shit because there's a lot of shows. Marvel's dropping all their shit. Shang-Chi, I should say, is actually going to be dropped to Disney Plus 45 days after it came out in the theaters. So I don't even know when that was, but if you didn't go see it in theaters, it will be on Disney Plus, and I think that's going to be a trend from now going on. 45 days after it drops in theaters, they're going to put it on Disney Plus. So get Disney Plus shows, movies.
Pretty good.
Why 45 days?
I don't know. I guess that's
they still want their box office numbers and shit.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, how'd you guys? I mean, Aria, you seen the trailer. We're gonna spoil it for you. If you can go watch it after and just let us know and reflect on what you hear from us. AKA, what you thinking about the trailer?
I like it. I like the fact they're bringing in old girl, which shows that they're going to bring in like the whole Young Avengers shit. I mean, we already knew they were, but I mean, now they're bringing in all these characters. You can see how it's coming together. Hopefully that they can like demand the same kind of like audience as the original Avengers, because as far as the original Avengers, they got like real like known actors already to play a lot of them roles that people already wanted to see. but now they're bringing in like new faces that nobody knows. But I like the way this show went off so far. You know, it's kind of like it looks more like a mentoring thing. You know, with him mentoring her. So we'll see how much of it is about him and how much is more if it's more about her than him. But which is kind of fucked up because throughout the whole MCU, Hawkeye's never gotten a movie.
Right.
And then when he finally gets his show, the show's not even about him, like really.
Right.
So
Yeah.
kind of fucked up. You know?
Yeah, we do see Jeremy Renner coming back as Clint Barton, Hawkeye. Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. So they're like basically the main characters. I'm hearing it's kind of like a Home Alone kind of Christmas comedy type of action comedy type of show. As you saw from the trailer and the song, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's a super Christmas themed show. It's kind of crazy seeing Kate Bishop actually as Ronin, and that's how he figured out who the new Hawkeye was going to be. Because everybody thought Ronin was back, and he was Ronin out there killing people, and he finds her on the street, and it's this little ass girl in his Ronin outfit killing people.
She's like a super fan or something.
Right.
Of his, yeah.
And then he takes her under his wing and pretty much becomes Hawkeye. We get to see a lot of shit, a lot of action in the trailer. Get to see the different kind of arrows that Hawkeye has. I heard it's going to be 6 episodes, hour-long episodes. So it's going to be right there, right after I think the Eternals comes out.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep. You see the trailer for the Eternals, the newer trailers and stuff, Dsean?
Yeah.
Nah, I've been slacking lately.
No, yeah, it actually showed us the action and why they haven't been around when Thanos was taking over the world and shit like that.
And then it showed us some powers and shit too.
Right.
Powers.
Right. So they're gonna have that, and then they're gonna have short after that Hawkeye coming in. So hopefully they all attach and all these things continue to be kind of congruent and just keep jumping into the MCU, giving us more characters and more stuff to be interested in. I'm really interested in the Marvels whenever that's supposed to come out.
Same here.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that they might bring Rogue into that, which has always been a good concept on Rogue, because like a lot of people who used to watch the old X-Men cartoons, they don't really like realize that Rogue was hella powerful in that cartoon because she took all of Captain Marvel's abilities. Like her whole ability to like drain people's powers. If she stops, she only keeps their powers for a short amount of time. But if she keeps going, and eventually she'll absorb the whole fucking person. So like the whole comic thing was she absorbed all of Captain Marvel and had Captain Marvel in her head telling her like, you a bitch, you took my shit. Type of shit. So it was like kind of like driving her crazy, but that's why she was hella powerful, because she was pretty much in essence Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So she was Captain Marvel's villain. Basically.
That's epic.
But it was also that brings the potential for Mystique, because Mystique is the person that told her to do it. Forced Rogue into taking all her powers. So
it's cool. It sounds like they're finally bringing like some fresh like heroes and shit into the MCU. It'd be nice to see like a nice change of pace.
Professor Xavier is supposed to we talked about this last episode, is supposed to make an appearance in Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. I think the big bad in that movie is going to be Wanda, and they're going to link up with a bunch of the big minds. I don't think there's going to be the Illuminati in the comics. It was this group called the Illuminati, which is a bunch of powerful smart ass people. But in this, they're actually going to meet up with Professor Xavier, rumored. So he might be one of the people that help fight Wanda, because Wanda's supposed to be super strong and shit.
Strong mentally.
Right, and that might be a way to bring in the X-Men as well. Maybe Wolverine, some shit like that.
They're coming out with
Go ahead. If they start bringing in the X-Men, I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh yeah,
I've been dying to have like a good fucking X-Men movie.
Yeah, definitely, and I think they're gonna bring the same actor in who played X-Men too. Hopefully they do, because he did a pretty good job. I thought the young dude, Patrick Stewart was made for the role. I think it was born for that role. I mean, they modeled Professor Xavier after him, anyways.
Yeah.
Not the original one, but like the one we know, they modeled him after him. So it was like a no-brainer to get him to play it. You know.
Yeah.
That's why I keep saying they need to get Clint Eastwood's son to play Wolverine, because they literally modeled the modern version of Wolverine after Clint Eastwood, and his son looks just like him. That's why they got Hugh Jackman, because Hugh Jackman reminded everybody of Clint Eastwood. At least he reminded me of him. And if you look at like pictures of him and young Clint Eastwood next to each other, they kind of favor each other a lot.
There's supposed to be a standalone Wolverine game coming out for PlayStation 5.
That's what I was just about to say. I see that the teaser
dope
for it.
Yeah.
You gotta get a gaming segment going. You get a gaming segment, I'll be on this shit like every day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, we should do that. Hey, Dying Light 2. I'm about to pre-order that shit when I go in the house.
I re-downloaded the first one. That was the first game. It was like, that's probably one of the best zombie games out there.
Oh no, on everything. When I came to the San Diego, I played that shit. I replayed it again because, you know, first if you start off where you left off and you ain't played the game in a while, you'll get fucked up. So
yeah, you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Exactly. So
yeah, we're gonna have to get a gaming segment going.
No, we can definitely. I'm gonna start buying hella more games now that I got a PS5. I'm definitely gonna try to play some of them PlayStation exclusive games, God of War, a lot of those titles. And there's a lot of shit coming out for PS5 that I've seen. So
nigga, whenever I go on the PlayStation floors in the building that I work in, they have fucking God of War pictures everywhere. All like the whole walls are just like God of War. Everything is like you know when you go on the PlayStation floors, because it's just video games everywhere, all over the walls.
Yeah,
it looks dope as fuck.
PlayStation's been killing it with the exclusives, honestly.
Yeah,
like the single player games. On point.
Yeah, I was looking up top 10 games on PlayStation right now, and a lot of them look so raw. So I'm down to get into it and delve into some games and talk some games and shit. I'm down for that. More content, more bias. I'm down for all of it. And I know the Best of Bias listeners are probably down for that shit as well. Right, listeners? Hey. But that's pretty much it for the Marvel talk today. Ariel, if you have to go, AKA if you have to go, I know you have to get ready for work and stuff. Me and Dsean are probably just going to wrap it up here with some fantasy scores for the week. This crazy ass Chiefs and Ravens games is coming to an end. And we have a Monday night game that is going to happen. But as of right now, we're just going to go over some of these, some of the highlights from today. Let's start talk about your day in fantasy.
I'm gone.
Oh yeah. All right then, bro. All right then, bro. Have a good one. We'll holler at you next time.
For sure.
I'll send you these videos afterwards. But yeah. So how'd you do today? How'd you do today in fantasy?
Man, so we started out on a high note. I was feeling good, especially after last week, putting up only 45 points. One of the fantasy football. It's actually the fantasy football subreddit on Reddit. And somebody posted like, "Oh, this is the lowest scoring team you could have this week," and I had like 4 of the people on that list. It was a real feel bad moment. But this week, who came out swinging?
You got some big points. You had some of them Buccaneers. Buccaneers.
Your boy saved me. I'm not gonna lie. Mike Evans with the 2 touchdowns after having a sleeper week last week killed me. And James White. I've picked up James White, I think every year for like the last 4 years.
Right.
And he is like one of the most reliable backs.
James White today, he had five rush attempts. Whoa. He had a touchdown, 6 targets, 45 yards. Just the ultimate utility back. I think that touchdown he scored just added to everything with the PPR. Ended with fucking 18.5 points. I see you had Mike Evans. Mike Evans had a game. 9 targets, 5 receptions, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ended with 24.5 points, balling. And then even on Thursday night, you had Sterling Shepard. Yeah, 10 targets, 9 receptions for 94 yards. And he gave you a bunch of points too. So this is definitely a bounce back week for you. Taking out the person who beat me last week, your mom's boyfriend. Well, his name is Derek. Derek's his name. But yeah, he beat me last week, and this week he actually did well too. He had Russell Wilson. He put up a lot of points. Tony Pollard, he actually had. I have Zeke on my team, and I was kind of tripping out that Tony Pollard actually had 20 plus points. being a backup. They used him way too much for my liking this week.
I
Way
was
too much.
hoping with the Chargers defense with Joey Bosa that he was probably going to shut down like the run game, especially seeing how the Cowboys like struggled against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way. And he popped off for what, 23 points?
Yep.
Yeah.
23 points for him. I had Zeke, and Zeke got me about like 15, 16 points, which was pretty modest. He had that touchdown in the first half, I think actually maybe third quarter, that took it over the top. He had a couple of like 5, 6, 7 yard runs. Let me see exactly what he had today overall for me. He had 16 rushes, 71 yards, a rushing touchdown, 2 receptions for 26 yards. So it wasn't too much. That touchdown saved me. 17.7 points. Najee Harris this week, though, he had me up there. I was competing for top scorer of the week in our league. But, I think I'm going to end up here in second place unless freaking payday comes out tomorrow with Devonta Adams and gets like 40 points, which is totally possible against the Detroit Lions. So I don't know if I even won yet today. But shit, I'm already up there with 135. Let's just go over the league real quick and just, the places right now. We got Jeremy's team, first place, 1-0 with 162 points. Paydirt, second place, 1-0, 158 points. Your mom's boyfriend, 1-0, 150 points. You got Sean's magnificent team, 1-0, 144 points. Show's team, 124 points, who had a terrific showing last week. Who I thought was going to be a team to be reckoned with, but he had a low scoring showing today. Actually, Spike Don't Play with Girls just blew him out. We'll get to his team in a second because he was the leading scorer of the week. So I want to highlight that team real quick. But yeah, we got Hot Boys in 6, 1-0 with a overall score of 120. Spike Don't Play with Girls 0-1 in 7th place with 148. 8th place Firefighter Kyle. 0-1, 125 points. 9th, Gregory's Groovy Team, 0-1, 124 points. I'm in 10th place, sadly, but it's going to change if I get this victory with 116 points only. Shit, damn. Group Homicides from Dsean, 11th place, 0-1 with 110 points. And then we got you over here bringing up the rear, 46 points last week. That's crucial.
Points.
That's super crucial, though. That is kind of
game of the week, too.
Yeah, man.
I was like, this is Patrick's fault.
Yeah, I try to throw a little twist. Every year, I do multiple years of, this fantasy football stuff. I've been telling you guys about it for years now on this podcast. Well, at least 2 years, because that's how long this podcast has been around. But, it's just kind of hard for me right now to kind of just explain what's going on. I feel like my team is really good. They perform when they don't need to perform, but when it comes down to like showing and proving week ones, playoffs, I feel like I get let down. Last year I did. A couple years ago I won 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? Last year I got fucking bullied. I think right before the playoffs. I don't even think I made the playoffs, or I got like 4th place. I think
you got like 8th place.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck happened last year.
I got 2nd place against a team that I beat 2 times before.
Yeah.
2 times on a blowout too.
Yeah, sounds something like Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit was wild. And I hope this year it kind of changes because I cannot handle being in last place. But this year we changed up some shit. We got side bets popping. We got games of the week, you know what I mean? So if you're the game of the week, you have opportunities to win cash prizes. I'm gonna start getting like Best of Bias merch prizes out there as well. Last week you were the game of the week versus, like I said, Show. Show was able to win game of the week and won $5. So I'm passing that out each week. So it's interesting. It's trying to keep the league interesting, keep people betting, keep giving people chances to win some money, to motivate people to pay attention, stay on their shit, you know what I mean, and keep this fantasy football life going. But yeah, some of the scores this week, some of the matchups. I'm against Paydirt. I'm playing the second place team right now, and I'm winning 135 to 110 at the moment. You're playing the 3rd place team in the league. You know what I mean? And you're getting beat a little bit right now.
I need 30 points out of Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones. I feel like they can cut 30.
Oh yeah, you can
And
definitely do that. They're playing the
that
Lions.
that Tampa Bay defense really saved me with the two back-to-back touchdowns.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like I willed that shit to happen. I was
That
sitting here
is,
watching. I was like, I need one more. Just give me one more. We'd be good.
oh my
Boom.
god, shit was nuts. Me personally, you know me, I'm happy about that. But it's like I was playing daily fantasy, and I had Mike Evans and Rob Gronkowski on my daily fantasy for DraftKings, and though I wanted them not to score because who I'm playing right now in regular fantasy got Chris Godwin and Tom Brady, so I didn't want them to score at all really anymore because we were whooping their ass. Like our corners were hurt, so I thought Matt Ryan was going to drive down the field and just end up scoring again or something like that. But those 2-tip balls went right into our hands. We ran that shit all the way back. 2 pick sixes like in a row. It was wild.
I think it was in less than 2.5 minutes.
And it's the same player. It was the same player. At one point, it was like a 38-35 game or whatever, 28-25. And we just took off on their ass. Like
that's what happens to Atlanta. Like every game, it's a close one, and then they just fucking explode at the end.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it's time for Matt Ryan to go because I feel like a lot of if they had a mobile quarterback, they could have probably won today because there's so many times you saw Matt Ryan step up in the pocket and escape pressure, but he had nowhere to go after it. He would just throw like an interception or try to throw it away and get tackled, or he kind of put a lot of his receivers at risk. Ridley going across the middle. Gage got hurt his ankle. Kyle Pitts got open a couple of times, but it's going to be a long season for the Atlanta Falcons, and I can't say I'm kind of happy about it, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy, but that defense was looking live. But we got the Rams next week. I don't know if it's going to be the same.
Yeah,
so
I might have to pick somebody up.
Yeah, you might want to look towards getting somebody else for next week. But yeah, if you get those 30 points, you will, take down the third place team. Spike Don't Play with Girls, the high scoring team. Let's talk a little bit about Spike Don't Play with Girls. He's playing Show, who beat you last week for the game of the week. He's taxing that ass, if I was to say so myself. Some of the players that he has this week, Derrick Henry. To highlight Derrick Henry's week today, he had 35 rushes, 182 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. He had six targets in the passing game, caught all of them for 55 yards. Yeah.
Derrick Henry is crazy. I was telling you earlier, like I was watching the closing, like the last scoring drive for regulation, and they Tannehill was just handing it off, and he's just walking forward.
Yeah,
like, it's just unfair,
right? Even looking at Bobby Wagner's big ass try to tackle him with other people, it's like they bounce off his body. They just go flying over him when they try to tackle him.
Dude is too big. He is built. He's literally built different. That's just crazy.
Built different. To like 6'5", 250, just with skinny ass running back legs. That it's like the upper body doesn't match the lower body at all. He can push people around. He's just super strong. He can carry people into the end zone. It's not fair. But basically, he got 48 points for him today. His whole team performed. New England's defense, 19 points. Matt Prater, 12 points. Deebo Samuel's been great, too. Deebo Samuel's been super balling. 8 targets, 6 receptions, 93 yards, 2 rushes for 8. Deebo had 16 points. We talked about Kyle Pitts. He had 12. Patrick Mahomes had 25 points. Oh, and damn, they just lost, actually. Baltimore pulled it off.
I just saw that shit. That's crazy. I thought Lamar threw that quick pick 6. I was like,
in the beginning, in the first
I was like, Mahomes ain't gonna let him come back.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That's nuts. I mean, Spike Don't Play with Girls definitely just demolished the shit out of Show. 159-85.
Man, how you gonna put up 85 points the week after you just fucking killed me?
That's nuts. That is nuts. Groupon massage from Dsean versus Jeremy's team. Jeremy's best team is in first place. And I think Groupon with Dsean is going to get the victory here. He has TJ Hawkinson in Green Bay's defense. And Groupon from Dsean has DeAndre Swift. So it's still pretty close. Groupon with Deshaun's up by 24, basically, with just a tight end to play for Jeremy's team to catch up with that 24 points. So I think group and that defense, but I think they're going to get scored on a couple of times. So I don't know. Who do you think is going to win that one?
Yeah, I think Groupon got that one. I don't see no tight end unless it's Gronk catching 2 fucking touchdowns early game. I don't think it's.
He might average that. It's kind of crazy.
Man, Brady is. What is he? Maybe like 80, 70. Throwing 6 touchdowns today?
5. And he scrambled for a first down. Got sacked twice. Got up, shook it off.
It looked like y'all might have a repeat. Honestly,
yeah, it's our defense is gonna be the question though, because we have no DBs right now. Our DBs are all hurt. Our corners are all hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if we get Sherman though, we're supposed to be talking to him. If we get Sherman, I think that might solidify it. Get that veteran leadership in the back end. Be like, I think that might be bad.
I don't know. As a Niner, he was hurt for a lot.
Yeah. I feel like he if he comes and plays a little bit and starts a little bit when everybody gets healthy, playing a limited role. And like a nickel role, and just be smart out there against teams like the Rams and teams like the Patriots, teams like the Niners, Seattle, anybody in NFC West that we play against, because he's from that division, kind of knows the teams already. I think will be good when it comes down. We need him for the NFC Championship because that's what it's going to come down to. One of those teams we're going to have to play, and we need some kind of DB help. We have to trade one of our tight ends or something to get a DB.
I'm a Niners fan. I'm already knowing about the broken up secondary. We got people going down left and right. Again, I think 2 of our running backs went down. We have Mosley that's still not playing. He's out with a knee issue. They're not saying that it's like all, the season, but they still know like when he's coming back. And then Verrett, he was probably like the stick out guy on our defense last year. Went down first game, ACL for the season.
Yep, and he's been hurt before too, so it might be over for Verrett. So yeah, man, that's what I'm saying too. So and if your back end is susceptible, if your pass rush not getting home, you're gonna lose if you're not scoring. And if you don't have a Tom Brady or somebody like a stacked ass receiving core like we do, we don't have the luxury of being able to stay in games like that. And if our offense isn't hidden, we ain't gonna always be in games like that. So you know what I mean? They almost came back on us today, and that was the Falcons. So, the secondary is gonna have to step it up. But I'm hoping we go, we get there to the Super Bowl. But whoever we play in the NFC Championship is gonna be a tough challenge. We play the Rams next week, so it's gonna be a tough challenge early, and we play Patriots after that. So once we get those out of the way, we'll see what we really have. But I'm not gonna start talking about the Bucs right now because I could talk forever about them boys, but. Lastly, game of the week this week is Hot Boys versus Firefighter Kyle. Hot Boys with 109, Firefighter Kyle with 118. Hot Boys still got Tanyan. They still got just Tanyan, I guess. So Tanyan has to make up 9 points to win. So Raj hit Tanyan one time for the end zone, and that's it. And he wins that $5 prize. So hopefully, Hot Boys, you can put out those firefighter flames. Sean's magnificent team versus Gregory's groovy team. It's looking like Gregory is winning this one. It's like a 99% chance that he's going to win. The game is pretty much over. He has Crosby left to add more points to his 113. So it's over for Sean's team. And Sean was actually a higher ranked team as well, a 4th place team. So like if everything turns out positive for how it's going right now, everybody will be 1-1 after this week. Anything you want to point out before we get out of here? Fantasy is in full effect, and I'm happy we got somebody from the league to come talk about this week because I'm trying to get people every week to come talk about how the week is going for them and how their team is doing. You know what I'm saying? Just get the league involved with the podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my strategy every year is to start off slow, and then we just patch it together through free agency. That's how I ended up. 2nd place last year, and I think it was like 4th place the year before that. So I feel like we're gonna do it this year.
Check out that waiver wire. Check out the place. Yep. So we got one game left in the league, the Best of Bias Invitational 2001. Yeah, man, this league, y'all, keep checking in with us because we got special announcements for everybody in the league. You guys know there's going to be trophies this year. First place trophy, last place trophies. It's going to keep getting bigger and bigger. We're going to start making bets for the losing person, too. If the person gets in last place, you got to do something crazy. Because I'm hearing about all these things that people have to do.
I fuck with that.
And, after you get the trophy, the next year after that, you're going to have to do something crazy because, $40 is on the line now, $40 buy-in. We just want to get everything, take it to the next level. But yeah, it's been a great episode today. Thank you for joining us for the reviews.
Nice to come back on.
Hell yeah. So we got a lot of stuff. Hell yeah. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We just, like I said, we had a NFL review segment yesterday with Kevin. He said he wants to come back to talk about the NFL during the week. Not during the week, but just like the past NFL weeks. Just to get those reviewed and stuff like that too. So a lot of chances for you to come on and relay your expertise. Gaming segments we had to get together. Just let me know what you want to talk about. We can talk about all that shit. So
for sure.
Just let everybody know. It's the point where I like to let the people know where they can find you at. You let the people know what you got going. So
I really don't be on socials no more. It's kind of good for the
mental.
Actually,
yeah, I feel it.
I'll probably come back in a little bit, but
I'll probably be back in a little bit.
Yeah, we laying low.
Yeah, I feel that. But for now, you can find him on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, if you want to catch up and see what he's up to, maybe he'll relay some information for y'all on here. But you know where to find me at. It's your boy Patrick. Well, SAC_Lydell on Instagram. Patrick_Lydell on Snapchat, the best of Bias on Instagram, the best of Bias on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. You got a gaming channel that you got? Anything you promote? Or is that kind of social?
I've mainly just watched I watch like a lot of Tekken tournaments and shit.
Okay.
You want to talk about esports? We can talk about esports.
Oh yeah, for sure we can get that going too.
I'll be on my nerd shit lately.
I feel it.
Check out IFC Yipes can opener on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's hella fun.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, I'm chilling.
Chilling. I feel that. If you want to find the best of Bias, the newest episodes, and you ain't got none of the podcast, services, check us out on the website, bestofbias.com. You can find us there as well. But mainly, man, we're getting all these videos up. AKA spends all his time making all these graphics and stuff for us, for your visuals, for the aesthetics. So check all the videos out, like and subscribe. Like I said, tell your friends about it. Tell your friends about it. If you saw Kevin Woods, hit him up. We're going to put his promotional stuff up there. If you need something catered, you trying to get you some creating alternative minds gear, holla at them. If you need your beautiful struggle gear, hit up beautifulstruggle.com. Lots of merch there. A lot of shit, man. It's the Best of Bias podcast. I'm not even going to hold y'all because it's been a long night. I know some of y'all lost in fantasy. Y'all mad. Some of y'all got some TV shows to check out tonight. Some of y'all got some cuddling to do. But it's the Best of Bias podcast. Thank you, Dsean. Thank you, AKA. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So where's my theme song at? We must be at the end. It's right here. Yeah.
It's the best of Bias. You need the earful. You should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of Bias. The best of Bias. Yeah. The best of Bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias podcast.